Hi everyone, thank you for joining us for our Ladies Fun Masterclass series, where we are featuring some of our Rockstar LF VIP members in the educational platform. Do join our LF VIP membership, where we are accepting application for physical members currently. Next Wednesday, 27th May 2020, we resume our Zoom on Wednesday, We Wear Pink virtual series. Tonight, we feature Zoreed Raza, one of the pioneer of the event planning industry in Pakistan and CEO La Celebrators, which conducts wedding events, corporate events, and set designing. She will be talking about event planning. Welcome, Zoreed.
Thank you, Rafia. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I am really excited to be connected with you guys here. And you all know that we are having a event planning session tonight rather. And I'm sure that most of you must have done events of your family or outside of your family, and you know how important is to plan an event before you manage it. So event management cannot be run without planning, and event planning is the backbone of event management, and we can't even think of running an event without event planning. So before I talk about the steps of event planning, I would say let's define what event planning is. To me, the event planning is an energizing art of choreographing of people and activities in order to create a show that creates memories of lifetime. So that is a true definition of event planning to me. And designing and producing an event, whether it's a corporate event, it's a fundraising event, it's a gala, it's a seminar, it's a trade show, or any other event, it is just like producing and directing a live stage performance. So you are a director and you are a producer of your own event. So it is just like making a movie and you are directing and producing a movie. So it is the ultimate creation of yours. Okay, the industry of event industry defined event planning as the process of managing a project such as meeting, conventions, trade show, cultural show, building activities, parties, conventions, and different activities. Okay, now event planning also includes budgeting. Budgeting is the most important part of event planning, and timelines, and selecting and reserving venues, and acquiring permits, planning food, doing coordination with the caterers, you doing coordination with the transport people, and you are managing risk, because risks are the biggest factor in event planning. So you have to take a lot of measures to avoid risk. Okay, before I go on to the actual planning process, let me tell you that to simplify my session, that you can easily understand what I'm talking, let me categorize the events into 3 or 4 categories so that you can easily understand what I'm really talking about. I mean, for example, if you read an article in the website or in the Google or wherever, it's so difficult to understand, because once you read an article, you read a lot of theories about event planning, you cannot become an event planner. The best way of becoming an event planner is to do the physical experience. So you have to join some good company, or some good place to work physically, to understand what wedding planning is and to see it yourself how it runs. So I want to really categorize the event so that I can really define it and you can easily understand it. There are, in my opinion, what I have accumulated in 23 years of my experience, professional experience, I have categorized events into 4 categories. Number 1 is the private, personal, and social events. So what comes in private, personal, and social events? The private, personal, and social events, that comes wedding, walima, mayo, mendi, milad, nikah, bridal shower, reunion, dinners, birthday parties, and so on and so forth. So there are many, many types of events in this, which comes in this category. Okay, the second category is not the private events. The second category is the corporate events. The corporate event is a very, very, very big field. There are so many events comes under that I mean, the time will run out and I'll keep on talking about it. So I will just take few names that you can easily understand what the corporate events are all about. That comes conferences, seminars, trade shows, cultural shows, and product launching and inauguration of companies, farewell parties, and trade shows, and sometimes fashion shows also, golden jubilee or silver jubilee, or farewell parties, or employees entertainment. By the way, employees entertainment is also a very, very big field. Okay, because the lot of companies are facilitating their employees, and they are doing and going out of the way for their employees and making a different programs for them to entertain them. Okay, gala dinners, sports activities. There are so many things which comes in corporate events. Okay, then in the third category, I would say you can design your own events. Okay, you can design your own event. That is your own creation. You're not working for someone. You're not working for a party. You're working for your own self. So, like this, you are making, producing, and directing your own event. You're working for yourself and you are making money. And plus, you can also do some charity work in it. You can involve some charity organization, and you can use their name by their permission and give them some money. So you are doing a good social work, plus you are also making money for yourself. And I think I would say in this you can have fundraising shows, and fashion shows, and exhibitions, and trade shows, and festivals, and all. You can do all this, and you can earn money. Okay, in the fourth category, you can again, you can design an event, but you are not getting sponsors. Like in the third category, you have created an event, you have designed an event, but you got the sponsors for it, and the sponsors are involved. 2 to 3 sponsors are involved in your show, or maybe 4 sponsors or 5 sponsors. But in the fourth category, you are particularly designing an event for one company. For example, you have created a very nice event for children. So what you will do, you will go to the company which is producing children product. For example, sweets and chocolates factories, or someone who are just dealing with the children items. So you will go there and you will talk about your program, and you will tell them that you want this program to be sponsored. Okay, so the next thing, that in this category, you can even arrange a cooking competition, arrange a nice cooking competition in 5-star hotel or in 4-star hotel, and go and get the sponsorship from the masalas company or the cooking oil company. So this is the fourth category of events. There is another fifth category in which we do the PR management. We deal with the print media, electronic media, and we invite people, and they do the publicity, and also it comes in the marketing, but it is also part of the event. Okay, so you can do the PR media management. That is also a good field. So we have talked about almost the 5 categories of event. Okay, now we come to the event planning. There is a difference between event planning of a private or personal or social event, and there's a little difference, and in a corporate event. So there is a little difference, but I will take one example, and I will tell you, and I will teach you how to do the exact event planning. Okay, we take an example from the first category. We said that in the first category of social private event, we had weddings, we had walima, we have this, mehndi, and all. Take the example of wedding. If we take the example of wedding, this is the most happening event in our culture. The first thing to remember is to, when you are doing your wedding events, you will get different clients from different communities, from different backgrounds, from different places. They have the different way of thinking. It's though very interesting, but very hard. So when you are dealing with the wedding event, it's like your communication skills should be good, your registration power should be good, and you should have some patience also. Okay, that is very important. So when you are in the meeting, try to listen to your client, try to concentrate what he is talking, and have someone to write the minutes of the meeting, because the details are very important. So whatever he is talking or she is talking, these things should be written on the paper, because every word is important coming from your client's mouth. Okay. And as I said, that do not impose anything on your client. Just try to hear what he is or she is saying. Then you have everything written down. Okay. Don't impose any ideas on them. Just take 4 or 5 days time, or 3 or 4 days time, and tell them that you will get back to them with the better idea, whatever they are bringing with them, or you will enhance their ideas and do something about them. Now you have 3 and 4 days with you. Okay, in 3 and 4 days, you're going to prepare 2D and 3D of the event that you are going to have with that client. Now, how are you going to prepare the 2D and the 3D? First, you have to visit the venue. That's the most important. And the first thing in the planning is to visit the venue. When your customer is there, with you, and you are writing down the date of the event, the number of people, and the venue. So these are the three very important data of your event. Now you will go with your team and you will visit the venue. You will take the pictures of the venue. You will take the measurements of the venue. And then when you come back, you sit with the graphic designer and you make a 3D and you make a TD. It might take 4 days. It might take 3 days. It might take a week. So make sure that you take time from your client. Now, the 2D is for your client. It's not for yourself. It's for the client. And 3D is not for the client. You have to submit the 3D or give 3D to your client once your deal is done, because it's very important. 3D is the most important part of your event planning, because it is the ultimate creation of yours. It is you that has created an event. So don't give the 3D to any client. Keep it for yourself, because this is going to help you to make the list of all the things that you require. Because 3D is like your dream is coming true. It's your dream. You can see your dream. Okay, now when you meet your client after 3-4 days, you can, come up with some nice, good theme, because now mostly weddings are done on themes. So come up with nice themes, come up with nice color combination, and, try to convince your client in a most effective way. Demonstrate him that you have potentials, that you have abilities, and that you know more than him, but very politely. I said not to impose, but you have to let him know. You have to demonstrate your abilities, your potential, that you know more than him. And you know all about the themes, and you can give him the choice of two, give him the choice among 3 themes or 2 themes. Okay, I'm sure that you'll be able to convince him, because 2D is also something, you cannot see things in reality, but, you can have an idea how the layout how the layout would look like. Now, after your deal is final, then, deal is locked. Then you can show him the 3D. And remember that I said that 3D is the most important thing. It is actual you. So make sure that when you are sitting with your graphic designer, all the details, all the things that you're going to use should be there. And your commitment level is very, very important. You must remember that you can only make your name through your dedication, sincerity, hard work, and your commitment. You should commit whatever you can deliver. Do not commit what you cannot deliver. So your 3D should have the pictures, the layout, the furniture, the things that you can provide. Okay, once your 3D is finalized, now comes the actual event planning. How? In 3D, you know there what you're going to use. So make the list of all the vendors that you are renting the items from. So that is the most important thing. Okay, then from 3D, you know that how much furniture you require. If people are 500, then of course you require 40 tables or 50 tables, because there will be extra lounges also. So you can count less tables, let's say 40 tables. So you know that you require 40 tables, 400 chairs, detailing like this, the head table and all. So you make the list of all the items that you are renting it out from your vendors. Then make the list of all the items that you own, that you have. For example, I rent out 40 to 30% items from outside in the market, and I have my own stuff. At least 50 to 60%, the stuff that I own are very, very exclusive. So try to have your own things so that you stand out, so that your event look different, not very conventional or not very ordinary. So you make the list of all the items that you have, okay? And then make the list of all the people that will be working with you, including your supervisors. If you have one supervisor, hire three more supervisors. If you have 3 to 4 florists, normally people have 3 to 4 florists. But when there is a big event, you need a lot of florists. So obviously you have to hire 20 to 24 florists from outside who works on daily wages. And then you have to make sure when you are doing the catering or getting the catering done, it should be done by 3, 4 caterers. Because when you are getting the catering done from one person, the excellence doesn't come. If you want to achieve excellence, it is always better, it's always good to hire 3 people of the same of the same thing, of the same work. For example, hire 3 caterers so that you can have a nice, beautiful dessert table. The dessert table is designed by someone else. The 2, 3 dishes, are ordered by some other caterer, and 3 dishes are ordered by some other caterers. So you will see an excellence in catering. And then you make a list of all the florists that will be working for you, and they're coming from outside. So you have to make sure that these florists are working with your florist, and you have to train your florist, and you make a team. The more team that you make while planning an event, okay, that goes for corporate event also. I'm not just talking about wedding event. There is a very little difference. It's just that we use a lot of flowers in wedding, and we don't use that much flowers in corporate events. So almost, whatever I'm teaching or talking, about the event planning, that goes for corporate events also. That you should, the more team that you have, the more team that you engaged, in doing planning, the more successful you are, the better the event is. So make a section of the event, the section like the a team of 6 people of 6 florists will make the centerpieces. The team of 4 people will make an entrance. The team of 7 to 8 people will make the stage. The team of 6 people will make the walkway. So like this, you will divide the team and divide the work. That is very important. So how can you meet the timeline, the deadline? Because you have to do things on time. There is a very less time. The guest arrives, so you have to complete the work before that. And for this, you have to divide the work. For this, you have to divide the team. And by dividing the team, you will achieve the results, and they will be simultaneously working. And you will see then your all the things will be ready by 6:30, 7 o'clock, and that is the right time to complete the work. Well, everybody has different timings, but I'm just talking about the general timings, like the general invitation time is usually 8 o'clock. So, this is what I really think is very important in event planning, that you must make the team and divide the work. The other thing which is very important in event planning is to, if we are talking about as we are talking about the wedding, we should know the most important work in the wedding are the flowers. So you should know what kind of flowers you are using, what kind of client you have, because some of the client, they don't know about the flowers, but most of them, most of the client, they would know about the flowers. So your color scheme of the flowers, this is a very important part of the wedding. Your color scheme of the flowers should be very beautiful. The combination should be very beautiful. So when you go to order flowers, you have to take your main florist with you. Go and order the flowers, buy the flower, purchase the flowers, and make sure that you are spending your good amount on the flowers, because they are everything in your event. Beside the furniture, beside the carpet, beside everything, flowers are the main thing. So once you make the list of the flowers, you have to make the list also that how many flowers you are ordering. That is very important. And sometimes you have to show to the client, or you have to take permission from the client also, that I'm using this and this kind of flower, and these are the flowers that I'll be using in the wedding. And sometimes you don't even need to take the permission, because some of them are very sensitive about the flowers. Okay, the next thing is that you should have a good, beautiful decor. The decor are have entirely, now they look different. Before, I remember when I joined this profession, I joined this field, I was like dealing with table and chairs. 23 years, 22 years back, there were only table with the covers and the chairs with the covers, and that's it. And there were a wrought iron sofas, I think single sofa wrought iron. That was the only thing which was available. And I was like, I want to do a lot more. So I remember that I introduced the sofa set lounges concept at that time. So now the things have changed entirely. We have the most beautiful lounges now. These lounges have come, most of them have come from China, from Malaysia, and they are very beautiful. So when you make the list of the vendors that you are renting your things out, you make sure that you send your supervisor to check the quality, or you go yourself to check the quality and the standard of your furniture. That is really important, because most of the things are damaged. So you can't just rent those things and making your standard go down. Okay, that is very important, to check the standard, to check the quality. Now, as far as the utensils, when we talk about crockery, cutlery, glass, napkins, this is one of the most important thing. You want everybody wants, and of course, because it is your event, so you want a very high quality of crockery, cutlery, glass, and napkins. And for this, you need, again, your supervisor to go and check, and have a supervisor managing this crockery, cutlery, glass, napkin thing on the event day, because you don't want any broken glasses, you don't want any broken plates. So you just make sure that these things are washed properly and they are in order and they are not broken. So have a supervisor who's looking after the quality, who's looking after and managing this aspect of your event. Okay, then we talk about the napkins. You must have seen that, in Karachi, I've seen napkins which are in a most awful shape, in a most awful condition. So it doesn't cost much. You can get fresh napkins, you can get new napkins, and make a list of all the new things that you have to buy. Because in every wedding, you just can't have each and everything on rental. No, it is not possible. If you have them, then your event will not look good. So I'm not talking about buying big and expensive things, but just order new napkins. That will make your event look beautiful. And now the napkins are available in beautiful colors. And once you are over with your client, like your deal is finalized, do talk about the theme, because the theme weddings are in very much in fashion. Do talk about the color themes. These two themes, don't forget. Once it is finalized, go according to the colors. You can buy the napkins according to your color themes. And then now there are new things which are introduced in the market. There are beautiful wall paneling concept which are introduced. And again, I would say, don't take wall paneling from one company. Just take 2 3 companies and try to merge the wall paneling with each other so that it looks new. You can always have a Panaflex printed, because Panaflex, we have a facility in our country that we have cheap Panaflex and we have the frames. So why don't we have beautiful Panaflex printed, and we can merge those Panaflex in the wall paneling, and your event would look out of this world. Then we have aisles, we have pathways, aisles, and carpets. So whatever you want, you can even have a wooden pathway. You can have a Panaflex, printed Panaflex taped on it. So this is your choice, how you want to conceive your event and how you want it to look like. Normally, I prefer printed Panaflexes. I really like them a lot. So, try to uh, give the details of your event to your client, that he should know that you're using a glass pathway, or you're using mirror pathway, you're using Panaflex pathway, so that nothing goes wrong on the day of the event. Your commitment should be such that you know what you can deliver on that day. So that is why I'm saying, give the whole detail to your client, that whatever you want to deliver, just have everything written on the paper and give it to your client. Then you should be making the list of the beautiful lounges which are available. As I said, maybe I said it, mentioned it before also. But the lounges, was suppose, the lounges are mostly in neutral colors. So try to have your theme colors in small cushions. When you have small cushions of your theme colors, on the sofa set, they will look really nice and they would look very different. Because I think small, um, defined things make your event looks very, very beautiful. So there should be a detailing. There should be a detailing in your event. That is very, very important, whether it's your corporate events or whether it's your wedding event. Now, you should have all the names written, all the name of the vendors, all the name of the laborers that are working, all the name of the florists who are working, all the phone numbers of the people, and everything should be on the list. And this list should be given to your supervisor. I said, if you have one supervisor, hire 3 or 4 supervisors, because you will be needing one supervisor to manage your cutlery, crockery, glass, napkin, and you need one supervisor for the catering also, so that He is on the top of the caterer so that everything can be, served at the appropriate time. And you need a supervisor to who can follow up the people who have brought the sofa set. So he should know which place you are putting up your sofa sets, and you know what the layout is. So every supervisor should get the layout, the copy of the layout. Every supervisor should get the name of all the vendors and their telephone number. And then the third thing, which is very important, please just write it down if you want to be in this profession, that it's an execution plan. How the execution will take place, whether it's a corporate event, whether it's a wedding event, the execution is the most important thing. Okay, so we have talked about the list of the vendors, we have talked about the list of the items, and we have talked about the supervisors, how you're going to divide your team and you're going to divide your work, which is very important. Okay, we have talked about the flowers as well. The most important thing now I want to tell you in your event planning is to, try to engage people in doing the work, because you have to take the good utilization of the people working for you in the event. You have to engage each and every one. You make sure, because you are the person who is the event manager, who is the person, the backbone of the event. So you have to make sure that all the team are busy working, and when they work simultaneously, your results are achieved. Nobody sits idle or having chat and you are not there. So be there before the time, before even the labor comes, and leave when each and every guest are gone. So this is the key of success, I'm telling you. This is the only key of success, and you can achieve, and nothing will go wrong if you follow these instructions. And in event planning, the most important thing, as I said, is to engage everyone. Is to make sure that everyone is doing their part, is doing their responsibility, is to fulfilling their responsibility. And on top of that, you have a supervisor. Now, I come to the most important point. The most important point is, sometimes the venues are not available for 2 days, they are available only for 1 day. So just make sure that if it is like this, you don't have availability of venue for 2 days, you increase your labor, because you have to meet your target on time. So you have to increase your labor. And if you have 2 days, then it is convenient. But if you don't have 2 days, you increase your labor. And you have to uh, make sure that everybody fulfills, as I said, and I'm repeating it again, okay, everybody is fulfilled their responsibility. Now, the another thing is, the most important part of the event is the electric work. That is also the important part of the event. If your electric work is not good, if your lighting effects are not good, nothing going to look beautiful, no matter whatever you have done in your event, whatever furniture you have ordered, whatever flowers you have ordered. If you don't have the lighting, if you don't have the proper effects, nothing going to look good. And I have seen many planners fail in that, because they buy a lot of flowers, they dump a lot of furniture in it, but they just don't give any importance to the lighting. And I think the first thing which is important is the lighting. So lighting of an event enhances your event. It beautify your event. So please, I would say that whenever you are in this field and you want to do this work, or you're getting even the work done, just make sure that you tell your planner, even if it is your event and you're not working, tell your planner to get the best lighting done. And the way of getting the best lighting done is to again hire 2 to 3 companies. One company will do the soft lighting, the LED lighting. One company will do the stage. lighting. One company will do the entrance lighting. One company will do the roof lighting. There is a lot of new trend has come that we have the grid installed, and we hang the flower from the roof. So if you have beautiful lighting, then everything would look good. Or just, if you can't afford four electric companies, just have two electric companies and give them the task that they have to fulfill, and just have someone from your side, a supervisor or a manager, who looks after the electric work. Because let me tell you, it is the most sensitive work. If anything goes wrong, then everything goes wrong. Listen, if anything goes wrong, then everything goes wrong. So, it is also very risky, because the supervisor will check all the tapes are being properly wrapped. There is no naked wire. Okay, so we have to see the security of people. We have to see the protection for people. So you have to invest in that. And these things are very important in planning an event, whether it's private event or personal event, or whether it's corporate event. These are things are very important, that you should have a supervisor who is after them. There is no naked wire. Make sure that you order the right chandeliers. Make sure that you order the right hanging lamps. Make sure that you order the beautiful fairy lights. The old fairy lights are gone. There are new fairy lights have come. So just, you have to be up to the mark, your, in your event. And you have to make sure that all the best thing in the market are available to you. Okay, the other very important thing, uh, which usually people forget or they take it easy, are the generators. Your whole load depends on the generator. So usually people hire one generator, they put all the load in one generator, and sometimes the generator cannot take it. Or sometimes because it's a machine, it can go wrong. So once it goes wrong, then everything is gone. You have, a totally dark hall. You have a totally dark venue. So don't never make a mistake like this. If you need two generators, hire three generators. What I do is that I normally divide my load not into one but into two generators. So it's better to have two generators, whether your load is less or your load is more. So have a two generators, divide your load into two, and one spare generator, because one spare generator you need for, suppose if anything goes wrong, suppose the generator is gone out of order, it's not working, so you can always switch to the third one. So these are the precautions that you have to take while doing your events. And then you have to while planning an event, you have to make sure that you have a what do you call that, um, the medicine box, in which you have all the things ready. And if your labor is hurt, if he has fallen down, then you should have the medicines ready. You have the plasters ready. You should have everything ready for them. Okay, and then there is another thing that you have to take care, is that you have a which mostly people do take care nowadays, but some of them still don't, is that should have a, wherever the venue is, you should have the parking area with that. Because if you are like, suppose if the client has given you is giving you a task of finding a venue for him, make sure that you get him the venue which has a parking area, because this is also very important. When people come and they don't have a parking place, no matter your the drivers are there, the valet is there to park it, but anybody can steal the car and hijack the car. So it's better to have a good parking area with the venue. And sometimes it may happens that your client comes with a venue which is already booked, so you don't have to search for the venue. And these are the things that you have to make sure that they are there. This is the actual event planning I'm telling you. Now, what is the difference between a wedding and a corporate uh, uh, presentation? So, when you do a private or personal event presentation, only two, three people are there, so you don't feel uneasy. But when you are doing a presentation for the company, then there are the whole group of people of 12 people, 20 people, 25 people, 18 people, 15 people are there. And you have to do the demonstration and presentation in front of them. So just make sure when you go for the presentation, you have to be ahead of them. You have to know each and everything, all the details, all the measurements of the venue, because you are going to do the presentation directly from the 3D. You have, like you have a screen and you do the presentations there. So this is the thing. Now, just these are the simple event planning procedures that I have talked. And I don't know whether I have forgotten some points or not, because I'm not uh, whatever I'm just teaching or whatever I'm talking, I have not following any syllabus or any outlines of any syllabus, or or the written articles. It's just whatever came in my mind, whatever experience that I have accumulated in my professional life, I have teaching you. And if there is anything which you want to consult with me, you're most welcome, and I'm there to help you whenever you want. Okay, so we have talked about the event planning, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that you all came, and you all attending it, and I really thankful for that. And again, I thank you that you joined us this evening at Ladies Fun Masterclass. And it has been a pleasure to teach you as you invest in yourself. Do join us tomorrow. Tomorrow night, as our skin guru Shaila Khan conducts a master class in how to look 10 years younger than your age. So don't miss it. Be there tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Khuda Hafiz.